Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Week 14 edition of the First and 10 post game show. I'm your host, Armando Black, and along with my panel, your new Sniper and D Truth. First things first, before we even get started, let me salute my panel here. Salute you new together, Sniper. Salute, salute, salute. What a day of college football we've had today.
What
Oh,
a
hello. How
day.
you doing?
What a day.
Yep, what a day. Hey, D Truth. Hey, Sniper, Armando, and everybody in the chat. Hello. How's everybody doing? And for those that are going to be coming on later, thank you for coming through. All right, Sniper, go ahead, baby.
Then she hit me with the baby afterwards, didn't she? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead and get it in. Um, yeah, at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something.
Oh,
Sportsmanship.
hold on. Let me salute the chat here real quick. I'm being rude. Salute to you, Prime Times B, Bacardi Obama. Salute to you, 225 girl, Lisa Sims. Salute, 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 salute. Y'all in the playoffs, y'all will bounce back. Sometime it be like that. Sometime it be days like that. Sometimes, you know that old saying, it happens. I'm not using all the letters, but it happens sometimes. Go ahead, Sniper.
Sportsmanship, gentlemen. There's always got to be a winner and always got to be a loser. There's
Hmm.
no reason to get pepper sprayed after a game.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that was a sad sight of bad sportsmanship right there on both sides. On both sides, you know what I'm saying? And Michigan, you don't go do that on somebody that's for you. Cause how would you feel if somebody try to plant they school flag in the middle of your field? Then Ohio State, you don't retaliate like that. Let them make it look like idiot, make them look stupid and crazy for doing that immature stuff that they were going to do. So both of y'all is kind of like out there looking crazy. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah,
I'm just glad. I'm just glad nobody got hurt. I'm glad that could have been ugly. Some people could have seriously been hurt.
Right.
Yeah, that
yeah,
that
but
was.
but you know what
No
this
common
college football.
sense. No common sense, y'all. No common sense.
But at the end of the day, listen, it's a game. You can't get your feelings hurt because they marking their territory. You really can't. Just go in the locker room, let them celebrate, and move on. Come on now,
Right.
it makes no sense.
Yeah,
I agree.
you right about that. And let them celebrate. Guess what? Y'all going to the playoff.
Well,
They go to hey, they might go to the playoff. Y'all go to a bowl game. So hey, so hey,
w-
What's the color?
salute to you, Scuba. Salute to you, Miss Media. Well, the thing is, there is celebrating, and there's just disrespect. Okay, when y'all won the comeback game, y'all didn't disrespect Brian Dennis Stadium. You celebrated, you were happy, and you took it on in the locker room. What Michigan did, congratulations to Michigan. Great victory. I mean, outstanding game plan. Perfect. You put Ohio State in the phone booth and you kept the game close. You made it an ugly. You did exactly what Georgia Tech was trying to do last night to our dogs. Okay. Um, but the victory is kind of tainted, and you will see as the week goes on because that is going to be more talked about than the victory itself. It just took away from something special that you did today. Four in a row over Ohio State. Four in a row. But the talk is going to be the fight. The talk is going to be how you guys tried to plant the flag on the Ohio State logo. That's not sportsmanship. It's not. I don't agree with that.
Four.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. Cause I'm like this right here. It's just like you come and try to play the Alabama flag in my yard. We gonna fight. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We
Hmm.
gonna fight.
Hmm.
You just disrespected me at my own house.
Hmm.
Although you did win the ball game, but like I said, the ball game is not what people gonna talk about. You're gonna be talking about you trying to plant a flag in the middle of Ohio State field. Gonna talk about
Hmm.
Ohio State jumping on you. You're gonna be talking about that the police had a pepper spray to clear it up.
Hmm.
That's all the talk. They ain't gonna talk about that game.
And
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 just to comment on what 225 the comment she just made. She said Baker Mayfield tried that a few years ago, planting the flag on the opposing team, and it didn't go well either. It's way too sick it to anyways to stick it on an opponent when you beat them. That's not one of them, and I agree. Baker Mayfield shouldn't have gotten away with it at all. And I think what they're going to do is eh, uh, they're going to come up with some kind of penalties. They're going to find the school. The school is going to have to end up paying
You know,
it,
another thing,
or they can sit them out for a half. Sit them out for a half. I mean, the same thing. Uh, uh, like the targeting rules, make that apply to if you plant the flag or you doing anything disrespectful like that.
Okay, wait,
I would be in
wait,
favor
I
of
wait.
think,
that.
hold on one second, real quick. I think people need to start putting themselves in other people's shoes. How would they feel if it was the other way around? That's what they need to do. They need to stop doing things like think about things before you do it. Because what if it was you who's the ones that won, and then they go and spray you? Like what the heck? That
No, no,
just
no,
doesn't make
no,
any
D.
sense. That's so childish.
No, it's no, no. You got it. You the police sprayed them. You knew
The
the police.
police.
Yes, the police sprayed them because
Well,
they were
then they need to
fighting.
get sprayed.
No, they were fighting out there in the middle of the field because the dude tried to plant the fact. Now let's look at it a different way.
Hey,
It's a
Hmm.
comment.
it's a rivalry. It's a rivalry game. Okay, and you just conquered that field.
Hmm.
And I understand what you're saying, Armando. I understand what you're saying, D Truth. But at the end of the day, it's a gladiator sport, and you can't get caught up in your feelings because somebody plant a flag on your field because you just lost on it. It's a rivalry.
I understand what you're saying, but it's a rivalry. But it's a way to do things. It's a way not to do things, and certain things can get people hurt. That could have went left. That situation could have went totally left. I don't give a damn if rivalry or no rivalry. The home team, they're not going to allow that. They're not going to allow that. You wouldn't allow it. If your rival, some players from your rival school tried to plant a flag on the 50-yard line in on the logo of your home field, your stadium, you ain't finna allow that. That's the part I'm talking about.
Is that the first time the
But
police
but
involved in
but
something like this? Is that the first time that the police have gotten involved in
no,
something
the
like
police
this?
the
Because they
police
always
involved
go
all
off.
the time.
I know, but do they
They
ever
do.
spray? Do they ever pray? Spray people with pepper
They
spray?
they do what they got to do. I don't have a problem with that. Better spray than bullets
Yeah.
That's true.
flying.
That's true.
So I don't. They did what they had to do. I saw the whole thing.
Wow, that's
I saw
crazy.
the whole thing. We were sitting here watching the whole thing. 'Cause my wife is a Ohio State fan,
Mm.
and I didn't have no problem with it because some people, if it would have escalated, if it would have continued, some people would have got hurt or trampled.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that either. I don't have a problem with them spraying. That's 3-2, 3-1. I won.
Hmm.
Um, I don't have a problem with the spraying. I don't have a problem with them trying to de-escalate. They did. They tried to separate them throughout the whole game, and they. But it kept on. Kept on going. So the next measure is to do a non-lethal force, and it's separated for good. But let take it to this dude, so they don't allow him to put this flag in the middle of the field. Now the guy is, one of the players is running around with the flag, going to his to the fans, Michigan's fan side, and they snatched the flag off. I mean, it was too much, but I think a lot of emotions and feelings was into it, other than because Michigan and Ohio State always fight. They're gonna always
Yeah,
fight.
yeah,
And then
but that,
another fight got up today. Was the North Carolina State game? They was fighting.
yeah, but that right there could have been ugly because it was cheerleaders, band members, um, the equipment girl. Then you had people from the media, photographers out on the field. It could have involved other people getting hurt as well.
Yeah. No, I understand,
Mm.
but it goes for both teams because again, some teams is. I mean, Ohio State should have went into their doggone locker room. They lost the game, going to the locker room quickly.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that, but they did what anybody would have did.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not gonna knock them brothers. I respect them for that, for protecting and making sure nobody disrespect their turf. I respect that. You know. Salute to you, Common Sense TV. Salute to you together. Scuba, scuba. Everybody coming in. Salute, salute. Make sure you hit that like button. Now let's go into the game. Ryan Day. Ryan Day, Ryan Day, Ryan Day. He called one of the worst games that I've ever seen a coach call. I mean, if it's ever a situation where a coach is actually coaching not to lose instead of coaching to win, that's what we saw today in that Ohio State game. That was some that was just some chicken-ish play calling. It really was. And if I'm any every Ohio State fan should be upset. They should be upset, pissed. All that talent on that team, and you only managed to score 10 points at home on senior day. Salute to you, Shirley Kirkland. All that talent, all across the board, and you only managed to score 10 points on Michigan.
Well, let me ask you this, Armando. Two questions. Who's the offensive coordinator in Ohio State?
Ryan Day calls the plays.
Ryan
Ryan
Day.
Day and Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly.
Okay. Chip Kelly supposed to be a mastermind in the offense, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing about it is when you have this is why I say it's always good to hire a defensive minded head coach, because an offensive minded head coach, if he ain't calling the plays, the offensive coordinator, that coach and the offensive coordinator are not going to be on the same page. Now, D Troop will tell you this. What we saw today in that Michigan Ohio State game, that wasn't Chip Kelly plays. Chip Kelly, when Chip Kelly calling plays, there's a lot of scoring involved. That wasn't a Chip Kelly game today.
I
That
disagree.
was a Ryan Day. That was a Ryan Day. That was a Ryan Day problem. That wasn't no Chip Kelly problem. That was a Ryan Day problem.
I disagree with you. I think that was a Chip Kelly problem. He did not adjust to the defense that Michigan was throwing out there today. The scheme that Michigan had, they hit those they kept those receivers
Mm-hmm.
in check.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as an offensive coordinator, you need to see that with your
Mm-hmm.
offensive what they call the with your other players on there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't think I no I and I agree though that Ryan Day, this probably is going to be his last season. But
Well,
I think it's a Chip Kelly problem. I think it's an offensive coordinator problem that the head coach is
mm-hmm.
going to take the blame for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was more of a Chip Kelly. He did not. His
Mm-hmm.
scheme wasn't there for Ohio State the offense today.
And I would agree with you, but there's only one problem with your theory. They lost the same way in 2021, 2022, and 2023. Carbon copy. The exact same way. The exact same play calling. Look at the Indiana game. Look at the play calling in the Indiana game. Look at the play calling in the Oregon game. Those were Chip Kelly's. Chip Kelly's fingerprints was on those games. But today, Ryan Day's fingerprints was on this game. The common denominator is Ryan Day.
We would have to agree to disagree on that one, brother.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a pattern. When they play Michigan, when they play, because the way the play calling went today for Ohio State looks similar to the last 3 years. Very similar. And Chip Kelly was not there. Chip Kelly just got there this year.
Right, but you look at the scheme though. They've been doing the same thing all year round. So let me and we're not going. I'm not. We're not going to.
No, they called a totally different game last week against Indiana. A totally different game against Penn State. A totally different game against Oregon. They were aggressive against Indiana. They were aggressive against Penn State. They were aggressive against Oregon. Today, it was like watching James Coley 2019. That's what it looked like.
So you think that of all the games they played this season, this is the one game that they took over and try to put his stamp on this game.
Yep, absolutely. The play calling was totally different.
I,
The play calling was totally different today than it was last week. Just pull out the tape. Just pull the video out.
I watched the
Pull
whole
the
game.
Oregon.
I
Pull
know.
the Oregon game. Pull the Penn State game. Pull last week's game. Way more aggressive than today. I think it's the ego issue. I think Ryan Day wanted to prove to himself that he could beat Michigan. These coaches have egos, brother. They have egos. They'll put their egos, their personal egos, over the team.
I hear what you're saying, brother. I hear what you're saying. I disagree with you just a little bit. Disagree with you just a little bit.
Okay. But I'm just saying, just keep in mind, bro, Chip Kelly wasn't there last year. Chip Kelly went there in 2022 when they lost the exact same way. Playing scared, calling scary plays on offense. Chip Kelly was not there last year. Chip Kelly wasn't there in 2022. Chip Kelly wasn't there in 2021. And look, I've been following Chip Kelly for years. Chip Kelly is an aggressive play caller, very aggressive. He's like uh, the guy last night, Buster Faulkner. He's aggressive, and Lane Kiffin. He's on that style right there. Ryan Day is very conservative with his play calling, very conservative. That is why you notice since Urban Meyer has left, Ryan Day is only able to beat lesser quality teams. But when it comes to elite teams like the Michigans and the Oregons and anybody from the SEC, he has issues with. Because he suck as a play caller. He's too conservative. Too conservative. Yep. But they're gonna have some issues. They're gonna have some issues, man, because I know that that fan base is not gonna 4 years in a row. 4 years in a row. 4 years in. I don't even think John Cooper did that, losing to Michigan 4 years in a row. They are gonna clown up there in Columbus, Ohio. You're gonna
Yeah, your
clown them.
boy or Miss Lisa Sims says Ryan Day's buyout is 37 million.
37 million. They got the money. They got the money. The hell, they got money to pay uh buy players. They've been buying players for the last couple of years. They got the money. They can buy them out. Yeah, Texas A&M paid more than that to buy Jimbo Fisher out of his contract. I'm telling you, I told you how this thing gonna go. If Ryan Day, but it ain't over yet. He in the playoffs. Ohio State is in the playoffs. The fans are gonna sit back and they want to see how they perform in the playoffs.
Is Ohio State in the playoffs, or is this a must-win for them in the the conference championship?
They're in. They're in. And let's go over that. Let's go over this. All right. Can you see this? Salute to you, Timmy Lee. Salute to you. Can you see this?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, Ohio State was ranked number 5 today. Okay. They lost. They lost a very, very close game. They lost to an unranked Michigan team. They'll drop, but they're not going to drop out of the top 12, in my opinion. That committee is not going to drop them out because they have some good quality wins. They beat Penn State. They beat Indiana. Both were ranked in the top 5. Okay, so they have 2 top 5 wins. They're not dropping out of the top 12. I don't know if they'll get a home game. I think they'll have to go on the road and play their playoff game, but they're in.
Okay.
Um,
So I'm sorry. Are you done?
Miami, Miami is going to drop out. Miami is going to drop out, and that opens the door for Clemson. Clemson is going to go to the ACC championship game, play SMU. Clemson's only pathway is to win the ACC. SMU can lose that game and they'll still get in my opinion, because they only have one loss. Now, a good one too, to a ranked opponent. Yes, they rank number 2, Scuba. They're ranked number 2. You're right. My bad. They're ranked number 2. So yeah, but I think they're gonna drop to maybe 10 or 11 or something like that.
I believe, in my opinion, that even though they're number 2, so they drop out of the top 4 on Tuesday. All right.
Hmm.
They drop out of the top 4 on Tuesday. They have to win because you think about it, that'd be their third loss.
Oh, they not going to Indy. That's
Yeah.
the good news.
Well,
That's
again,
the good news right there. They ain't got to go to Indy. Penn State going to Indy. It's going to be Penn State and Oregon. Yeah. So
we're
Ohio State locked in, bro. They ain't got to go to Indy. Because
uh,
remember, Ohio State, Indiana, and Penn State, they were all tied for second. They were all tied for second. Penn State won. When Penn State won today, when they beat the brakes off Maryland today, they clinched a spot in Indy, and they'll play Oregon, which I'm looking forward to that game. I'm looking forward to that game. I think Penn State matches up pretty well with Oregon. Penn State got a defense and a little nice secondary. They match up pretty well with Oregon. I think Notre Dame is going to move up. Don't be surprised, Sniper. Don't be surprised if Notre Dame moves into that fifth spot.
oh, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised not one bit because with Miami losing,
Mm-hmm.
with
Ohio State losing, Miami. Those are the only two teams that lost in the top 12. Ohio State,
yeah.
Ohio State, and Miami. Miami lost today, but it wasn't a bad loss. They lost to Syracuse. Syracuse 9-3, and they will be ranked.
So it's going to be Clemson versus SMU.
Clemson versus SMU. And I think if Clemson wins, if Clemson wins, SMU will get in as an at-large team.
They're, okay, I can see that.
Hmm. Clemson to get in as an at-large team. I mean, Clemson will go in as the ACC champion. SMU would go in as the at-large team. There's going to be two ACC teams in it.
Hmm. Yeah, we just have to see what happens on next weekend at championship games.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I just don't see them jumping a three-loss team over a two-loss Miami. I just don't see that. I don't see as good as South Carolina look, as good as Bama looked today, as good as Ole Miss looked yesterday. I don't see them jumping a two-loss Miami team. That was ranked like that's been consistently ranked in the top 10 all season. And today was not a bad loss. They lost to a 9-3 Syracuse team. And not a bad loss.
Not a bad loss at all, but I mean,
And Georgia Tech, look, Georgia Tech almost beat our dogs last night.
yeah.
So Georgia Tech is looking like a much better loss. Now here's what could shake things up, Sniper.
Talk to me.
If Texas lose to the Aggies tonight.
Yeah, but it's about to be 14-0.
Yeah, yeah. So you can scratch that.
Yeah.
You can scratch that. That's what I was saying. The hangover. The
Mhm.
hangover from last week. Because all the Aggies had to do was win. If they would have won that game last Saturday against Auburn, they could have lost tonight and possibly still been in it. because they remember they have a head to head win. No, they lost to South Carolina. No, they wouldn't have got in. They would have had to win. Tonight was a must win for the
for
Aggies.
for the Aggies. Yes.
Tonight and last week they had a 2-game must win, kind of like Georgia. Hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep. So there you have it. I still don't see a pathway for Bama or Ole Miss. I don't see a pathway. The only pathway I can see for either of them to get in would be if Indiana lost to Purdue. That's the only pathway. Other than that, you're looking at Miami. You're looking at the last spot coming down between Miami and SMU if they lose,
Next week.
or South Carolina. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see no pathway for Bama. And the only pathway they had, they needed Tennessee to lose, Penn State to lose, Notre Dame to lose. They needed one of them to lose. Go ahead, D True. Do either one of y'all hear D True?
I hear D True. Either one of them lost. Penn
Yes.
State thing.
Okay. I can't hear him.
Hey, chat, put a thumbs up if y'all can hear D True.
Can everybody in the chat hear D True?
Let them talk. Go ahead, D Truth, say something.
Can anybody in the chat just type?
No, they said no.
No,
They
Yep, together said
no,
no.
offline.
Nobody in the chat.
no.
Can anybody in the chat just type?
No, they said no. They
Yep,
Hold
together
on.
said no. Nobody in the chat.
No.
Can anybody in
My
the
thing
chat
going
just type?
crazy. Sorry about that.
Okay. No, they can't hear him.
No, can't hear anything. Doggone it.
I don't understand that. I really
I know.
don't
It's weird.
understand it
It's really weird.
because remember I had together up on my panel and everything went smooth and I don't understand. It's not happening to nobody else.
Mm. These- Some days are good, some days are bad.
Yeah.
The,
Do
and,
y'all
and
hear him? Because it looks like he.
Yes. Yeah,
we can.
we can hear him. Sniper and I can hear him fine. Like, no problem at all. It's clear.
Okay. Well,
You
me
in
in
the
the
chat
chat.
cannot hear him.
Yeah, me in the chat can't hear him. If the chat could hear him, I mean, it would be cool. Long as y'all can hear him, I
Yeah,
would just
we
have to
can't.
y'all would have to translate everything he's saying, to me. But the chat can't hear him. Ain't nothing I can do about that.
He said his internet's running slow.
Yeah, I'm looking at the bars here.
Yeah.
Orgy with Underwood and a new offensive coordinator next year should be nasty for Michigan. Michigan gonna be a problem next year. Michigan gonna be a problem next year. That's why I said Ohio State they're gonna have to figure out some things because Michigan is going to be a serious problem. They are that man is recruiting his ass off up there. He's recruiting. He is bringing some guys up in there. So yeah, could be 5 in a row. They got to do something.
Okay,
Ohio
go
State got
ahead.
to do something. Hmm. Can't hear nothing he's saying.
He said saying that Gus is about to be the new. offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator for Florida State. I mean, I don't understand that. It's better, younger. My thing is, if I'm building a team, I'm starting a team, I'm going out and I'm getting some young offensive coordinators.
Yes, give them opportunity.
Yeah, I'm getting some young offensive coordinators, because today's college football world is totally different than it was back in 2013. Some things that worked 11, 12, 10 years ago won't work today.
Make them take Gus and make him an analyst and be able to be an analyst, but also train someone to be a offensive coordinator. Um, because again, like you said, regurgitating these doggone coaches is not giving nobody else a shot to be a coach.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
and they wonder why these and I know what it is though, for real, bro. I know what it is. Um, they think because of the name of the person is going to draw kids to their school. But
Mm-mm.
if that name of that person is not going to get you wins, then guess what? That name don't mean nothing. Gus was good back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
but guess his it's time to let go, bro. Be an analyst, and start training some of these young folks.
Common sense said that common sense said Auburn coach needs to be fired. Nope. 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 Not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. Uh, Welcome to the show, Penn State fan.
Hey,
PSU Jim.
hold on, Commander.
Wait, D Truth is saying something about what Common Sense just said. What did you say?
They can't hear him. People in the chat can't hear him. They can't hear a word he's saying. And if I stop talking, it's silence. Ain't nobody can't nobody
We're
hear him.
trying. Wait, we're trying to hear what D Truth is
Unless
saying to
y'all
Common
to one of
Sense.
y'all hook up something where we
Yeah,
can hear it.
we're gonna tell you. We're trying to tell you, but you're talking over him, and he's trying to say the same while you're talking. He's talking.
Basically,
So
saying
But if
this.
I don't say anything, it's gonna be dead silence. That's gonna
right.
kill the
Yeah.
show.
Okay, go ahead, D
So
Truth. He
uh,
says, "Show Common Sense. Show up when they lose, not when they're not just when. Wait,
He
when
he
they
he,
lose, not
he
when they're winning."
yeah, he can type that in the chat. Yeah. Shout out to the Wolverines, tough, gritty win. Terrible loss by the Buckeyes. Still can't believe Buckeyes game plan in that game. They deserve to lose. Yeah. They didn't want it. They act like they didn't want it. When
yeah,
you don't want it, you will lose games like this. Because the other team, they ain't got nothing to lose. They coming in your house to embarrass you on senior day. College football, even NFL have this. NFL had this thing of
hey, Armando,
peace. I don't know. Yeah,
question
the NFL does that a lot too. Yeah, go ahead, man.
question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State or Clemson lost today.
Mm-hmm.
Clemson lost today.
Mm-hmm.
That puts them at 3 losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way for Clemson to get in.
Yes, it is. Okay, let me break it down to you. They lost 3 games. 2 of their losses are to SEC teams. They only lost one SEC game. Miami has lost 2 SEC games. Miami lost to Georgia. Miami lost to Georgia Tech, and they lost to Syracuse tonight. Choked against Syracuse tonight. So they lost 2 conference games. They're out. Clemson only lost 1 conference game. They're in. Their only path to the playoff, which is a slim path, but they control their own destiny. They're in a way better situation than Bama, South Carolina, Ole Miss. All they got to do is win. All they got to do is beat SMU. That's all they got to do. And hell, it's going to be a de facto home game for Clemson because it's in Charlotte. It's going to be in Charlotte, and it's going to be cold as hell up there in Charlotte. Yeah.
All right, so the conference games. Let's go through the conference games as of next week. Well, we got to wait till. Well, it's Georgia versus Texas or Texas A&M.
Well, it look like it's going to be the Longhorns.
It looks that way,
Mm-hmm.
but we still got a whole 2.5 quarters.
What's the score now?
It's still 14-0. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Common sense. What do you mean LSU needs to no? First of all, what do they need their money back? They're winning. They're 24-17. What are you talking about? Go get your LSU outfit on before you keep
Oh,
talking mess, Mr.
I,
Alabama.
I know exactly what you're talking about. LSU is about winning championships. They
And
ain't about going 7-5 or 8-4. They paying Brian Kelly too damn much money. Too much damn money to be going 7-5, 8-4, 9-3.
that's okay because they still winning. Common sense. Go get your LSU outfit on.
They winning, but LSU was about explain it to us, Sniper.
Listen,
Explain it to us.
listen, it's like, you know how a fat dude love to eat, and that's what he's about, eating.
Yeah.
That's the same thing about LSU. They just want they're about championships. They winning is not enough for them.
Okay.
Winning, just going to a regular bowl game is not enough for them.
Okay.
He's saying that they paid that coach way too much money to be in the position they're in right now.
Oh, okay. I guess what you're saying. But still, they're winning. Common sense. Go get your LSU outfit on.
Okay, let me put it in money terms. Okay, say
Understood what he said. I get it,
oh
but I'm
no,
telling
you
common
don't. No,
sense
no, 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 no,
something.
no. Hand me say you hand me a briefcase with $100,000, and you say, here you go, Armando. Here's $100,000. I want me a nice car.
Okay.
I take your $100,000
Mm-hmm.
and I bring you back a Honda. Well,
Well,
I could have brought
you
you
better
back
give me my change.
I could have brought you back a Porsche. I could have brought you back a Benz. I
Mm-hmm.
could have brought you back a BMW,
Mm-hmm.
but I bring you back a damn Honda.
Right. You won't give me back my change. That's what you're
Ain't no
going
change.
to do. Well, then take the
Ain't no
car back and give me
refund.
back my hundred
Ain't no
thousand.
change. Ain't no refund. That's the situation that LSU was in with Brian Kelly. Ain't no refund.
Nerve. Come on, nerve.
It ain't
They
no
still
change.
winning. They still winning. That's all I need to worry about
I
right now.
mean, yeah, but look, the average LSU fan, that is not they look, their bar is raised high, just like Bama fans and Ohio State fans and Georgia fans and Texas fans and Michigan fans. These people used to win it championships. They used to go on the playoffs.
Right.
Hold
Um.
on, common
Hold
sense.
on.
Hold on.
Common sense. Wait a minute with that Pinto mess. Alabama's like a putt putt car. Don't play with me.
Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing. Hey, common sense, you're going a little too far, brother. Going a little too far with the jokes, because Alabama's not far from one of them cars that you got to get out and go to the front, start it up with now.
Yeah, Bama
The
got
ones
some
that be backfiring.
Bama, y'all gonna see a lot of 9-3s and 8-4 seasons going forward. And look for some dudes to transfer up out of there.
Y'all car is like the car when everybody, when the car backfires, y'all be
Mhm.
ducking thinking somebody's shooting. Stop playing with me, common sense.
Caleb Dan Kalen DeBoer is no Nick Saban. He's no Nick Saban. Yeah, you'll beat Auburn. You'll win Iron Bowls with Kalen DeBoer because Auburn is down bad too. But as far as like getting to the level that Nick Saban had y'all on, you ain't getting there. Y'all got lucky. And see, here's the thing,
See,
common sense.
uh,
Here-
it-
Here's here's the thing, common sense. Championships are won in December and January, not in September, sir. That's why y'all gonna be sitting at home watching us in the playoffs. But take that W. Take that W. You and Ole Miss fans can take that W because y'all gonna be on the couches in December, in late December, while we in the playoffs. Hell, we may not have to play till January,
hmm.
but y'all gonna be on the couches.
Hey, or you gonna be in that red hots. I eat that beep on everything bowl.
Hmm. And as far as that little win over us, a broke clock is right twice a day. A broke clock can be right twice a day. So that little lucky fluke win against our Georgia Bulldogs. What do you got to show for it? Do you got an SEC championship game? Are you playing in the SEC championship game? Are you in the playoffs? You have nothing to show for it.
Well, see,
Nothing.
that's okay. Okay, now I see what type of fans you are. Common sense. As long as you beat certain teams, you satisfied. All right, I got you. Hey, it is what it is. But
The
don't
way, hey, that's what I'm saying. They the September champions. That cool. Y'all like being September champions? Fine. y'all like being preseason champions? Fine. We trying to be real champions. We want the prize. We want the prize. That's just like a couple of years ago when y'all beat us in Atlanta. Y'all got the SEC championship, but we got the prize. We went to Indy and took the prize. And that's all that matters to us. Cash and chips. Cash and chips.
you like one of those fans that like going to the casino just for the look of things. We like to sit at the table and actually win some money.
You know what, man? They remind me of them old Atlanta Falcon fans back in the days, man. That okay. I remember the Falcons would go 3-13. But there would be some way, somehow, they would get lucky and beat the 49ers. One of the three wins would be against the 49ers. 49ers coming out with like 14-1, 13-0, and they would lose to the Falcons. And Falcon fans would be happy about it. They would be satisfied with that. Oh, we beat the 49ers, but no playoff.
No playoff.
no playoff.
Play your regular 12 games and sit down somewhere.
That's it. That's what them Bama fans remind me of when they say stuff like that. But yeah, man.
Y'all
Yeah,
funny.
So,
we go
so,
ahead.
so Big Ten championship game is going to be who?
Penn State versus Oregon.
Okay. Uh, ACC is going to be
Clemson versus SMU.
okay. Who did I say the Big 12 word? There's no Big 12. No, there's no Pac. Who else am I missing, Armando? Golly, I can't.
Big 12. We still waiting on the results. I know Arizona State is in there. We got
Yeah,
to see what Iowa State and Kansas State does tonight.
I just saw the score. I think I just saw the score, or they haven't started. I'll see it when it comes back on.
But Arizona State is in. You can pencil them in to Dallas. They are in.
We go ahead and rematch Georgia versus Texas because it's
Yeah.
21.
And the thing is, that's I mean, I'm not really worried about either one of them, Texas or Texas A&M. I'm not concerned about either one of them because the type of offense that they run, I think we can handle that type of offense. That read option is the offense that gives us the biggest problem.
Mm-hmm.
The Aggies would have been more of a the Aggies would have been more of an issue. I'm just being honest with you. The Aggies would have been more. The Marcel Reed is. I mean, playing against the Aggies would have been like playing against Bama all over again.
Sniper, it's 17-14, Iowa.
Iowa State,
Yes.
yeah. If
Iowa got
Iowa
17
State win,
and Kansas State has 14. So
yeah,
17-14.
yeah, and then we got to see what BYU does. It's looking snipers looking like BYU and Arizona State because see even if Iowa State wins, BYU would have to win there. BYU loses, and then Iowa State would get in there. But I think Colorado is out.
Yeah.
If Iowa State wins, that eliminates Colorado.
Two 225 girl. As it said, Kirby does not watch games that much. After the games, he go and spend time with the family, or
Yeah,
he's out recruiting. This is college. I mean high school championship week or playoffs week. I think championship is next week.
yeah. Kirby gonna watch some film. He ain't gonna really pay too much attention to this game. He'll watch it, but I think he's spending time with his family because
They
last
still
night,
they still have 2 quarters, you guys. Don't say that they're gonna lose right away. A&M still has 2 quarters and 1 minute and 55 seconds. So still, give them a
thi-
chance.
this is the thing about Texas right here. This is the thing. This is why I say they are a playoff team. Texas doesn't give up many explosive plays. If you've been watching Texas all season, you'll notice they don't give up explosive plays. You have to dink and dong your way into the end zone. They don't allow anything over the top of them. They have a nice secondary. A nice secondary. You have to scheme your way into the end zone on Texas.
And what happened to Ohio today? They really messed up.
Where
They
where have
want they just got caught slipping. They got caught slipping. Ryan Day is the issue. Ryan Day is
Mm,
the issue.
mm, mm, mm.
Ryan Day is a huge issue. Ohio State gonna have to make a decision. Look, the thing is, if you're an Ohio State fan, you have to ask yourself this question: are you happy with going 11-1 or 10-2, getting into the playoffs as an at-large team, or do you want to go back to the days of Urban Meyer when you dominating the Big Ten, winning the conference, and being one of the four best teams in the country? Because I don't give a damn what them rankings say. I I said this after the Nebraska game. Ohio State got issues, and you're not one of the best four teams in the nation. You're not. Mm-mm.
hey, just to be clear and to go back to the
You
all
got a
this
hell of a defense, though.
the all this scuffling. Today was like fight weekend. Alabama and Auburn was fighting.
Hmm.
Arizona State was fighting. All doing the same thing. Arizona State took the dagger and put it in, but they was in the end zone and they started
Hmm.
fighting. I don't know what
Hmm.
Auburn and Texas A&M just started fighting. This is
Hmm.
rivalry weekend.
Tennessee and Vandy got into a little scuffle
Yeah.
earlier today. Mhm. Georgia and Georgia Tech had a little scuffle last night. Remember?
Yeah, yeah, but on a smaller scale.
It was a small scale, and we ain't even counting the brawls that go on outside the stadium. Sniper.
Oh yeah. You know,
Yeah.
hey, look, I ain't one to brag, but I've been in one or two scuffles outside of San Stadium. You know what I'm saying? That South Carolina game when we lost,
Mm-hmm.
dude was yelling in my ear. You know, me and him had to, they had to pull us apart. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but that's only because he was yelling in my ear.
You a bad boy, Sniper.
I was trying to get to my car.
I
I was
just mess with you.
I was trying to get to my car, and they was in there because I had my black and collar shirt on. He saw the Georgia, started yelling in my ear like, "Oh, y'all ain't blah 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 blah." So hold on, player, hold on. Hey, listen, we could talk about it if you want to.
Mm.
That was my younger days, though. That was my younger days. Now I just get,
Mm-hmm.
go home.
Mm-hmm.
They pepper sprayed the players. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what
I didn't know that.
I said that at the beginning. They pepper spray
Mm-hmm.
because it started to calm down, and then they started there was actually players and coaches uh, who got hit in the mouth and was bloodied up.
Mm.
Um, so after they started back again, and, the police was in the middle of them.
Mm-hmm.
So after it started going back and punches were thrown, um, they just, hey, look, the hell with this. We know how to get y'all right. Hey, good on the police for, like you said, pepper spray and not gun spray.
Common sense on one tonight.
Common sense is talking all that ish because his team won. So what? You won by 14. Big whoop-de daggone do. Now let LSU win and you're going to wear LSU outfits. Stop playing with me.
Did you bet on that?
He needs to. He's a chicken. He knows that they're going to win. That's why he will not put one on.
Well,
He knows.
you gotta wait till next year, baby girl.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah,
Common
yeah.
sense. If LSU wins tonight, bet. You going to wear an LSU outfit. If they lose,
He
I'll
ain't
wear an
gonna
Alabama outfit.
he ain't gonna make he ain't gonna make that. He ain't gonna bet on Oklahoma.
I'm talking
I
about your
wouldn't either.
avatar. Watch and see. You little
But he ain't
chicken.
gonna bet. He ain't gonna bet on the Oklahoma. I wouldn't either. Uh, they like Jekyll and Hyde. You don't know what you get. Laura
Mm.
Sims says his seat currently is red hot. He isn't getting fired yet, but he could be really soon. Like I said, Laura, um, Ohio State is in the playoffs. They still have a very dangerous team, a very talented team, so anything can happen. So I'm not really look, he Ohio State has just as much of a chance as anybody else. As long as you're in the dance. That's all that matters. Now it's about what you do with this opportunity, this playoff opportunity. And then who knows, y'all still might get a home game. Y'all
What,
still making a home game, because of Miami losing today. Y'all could still get a home game in that large home game. Because
oh,
if Miami gets in, they're definitely going to be going on the road.
okay. Wait. Ohio State doesn't. Okay. Now I'm just going through my head because I'm like, I think Miami will get a home game before Ohio State does.
No, no, they won't, man. Name one ranked team that Miami beat this year.
But hey, you say that, and I understand where you're going with that. But God, didn't we all pick? Who picked Boston College today? Nobody. Okay, we all lost that.
I didn't pick Boston College.
Yeah, 34 to 23, they won.
Mm.
Um, but who? Hold on.
Scuba, I think they will because it's not like they got to play next week. being that it's a 3 weeks until they play again. I think about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. We're talking December the 21st. They'll be able to shake that off by then, and they'll be focused on the next opponent. Kind of like what happened to us 3 years ago when we lost in the SEC championship game. We had a long layoff, like 3 or 4 weeks, and then we played Michigan in the playoffs, and we were fine. So I don't think they'll have a hangover about this Michigan game. If anything, it'll be, if anything, you're going to have a pissed off, a more focused, a more motivated Ohio State team.
I see why common sense won't bet me. 30-17, Oklahoma, you lost. Mm-mm-mm.
All right. Hey, you know what? Again, you had a good rookie season. Next year, you got to step your game up. You over here over LSU and Oklahoma. Come on now.
Hey, anything for LSU. Stop playing with me. He will not. He's such a chicken.
Okay. Well, guess what? We done moved on from that.
Playoffs first round is the weekend before Christmas. Yes. Yes, that's and today is the 30th of November. That's almost a month away. A little under a month.
Yeah, because today's the 27th, and so yeah, it's a little, it's three. Yeah, but that's the same weekend as Christmas. Because
Yeah.
the first playoff game is the 20th of December.
Yeah, the 20th of December. It's going to be one game on the 20th, and the rest of the games are going to be on the 21st. I don't know why they're doing it like that. I don't know why they don't put two on the 20th and put the rest on the 21st.
Uh, what here we go. What game were y'all surprised to see?
What? Say that again now.
What game was the best game that y'all watched today?
I like defensive battles. I like a game where both teams are playing good defense. So the Ohio State Michigan game, that was my type of game. Last night we saw a shootout. Today was like a defensive masterpiece. Both defenses came and brought it. It just that Ohio State's defense ran out of gas. At the end, they just kept going three and out, three and out. They couldn't move the ball.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go with the South Carolina game. That was another defensive game, and have your quarterback win the game with his feet
Hmm.
30 yards out. Oh, you didn't tell me you was coming behind me.
Hmm.
But I like the South Carolina game was a good game.
Yeah.
Hey, chat. Tell me what game y'all like. What most impressive to y'all today? What about you? You knew.
It was in. I put the poll up. I said which upset was more impressive. I have Michigan beating Ohio State. South Carolina beats Clemson. Syracuse beats Miami. Right now, Michigan is winning by a landslide. Michigan beating Ohio State 74%. South Carolina beat Clemson at 11%. Syracuse beat Miami at 16%. So everyone is saying, the majority is saying the Michigan win is more impressive.
Got you.
Hmm. Yeah, that's and exactly PSU Jim. They kept running right into the teeth of that Michigan defense, which is not a good idea. That
The
wasn't a good idea.
Arkansas and Missouri, they, they did good.
Wasn't that
Missouri.
that game in the snow?
Mm. The Arkansas and Missouri?
Yeah, that game was in the snow, wasn't it?
Um, a little bit. I guess you could say that, yeah.
That field was covered with snow.
Yeah, it was. It was not a lot. I mean, you can still see green, so yeah, it's got
Man, do you see them boys
some
slipping and
snow.
sliding all over the place?
Hey, that's what I'm
They
saying. But
still did good. They still did good though
we're
in the
gonna
snow.
we're gonna see a lot of that in December on the 20th and the
Oh
21st.
yeah.
Because we know Notre Dame is hosting the game. Either Penn State or Oregon is gonna host the game. So we're gonna see. And Ohio State still may get a home game.
What was the
So,
worst? What was the worst loss of the day, Armando?
the worst loss of the day,
Yeah.
Miami losing to Syracuse. That's you listen to. All right, now, if you a head coach and you know your team better than anybody,
Okay.
and you know your team's defense is the weakest, is the weakest link. Instead of you got fourth and goal, instead of going for it and relying on your offense, you you kick the field goal and put the game in the hands of your defense. Your weak ass, pathetic defense that can't stop a nosebleed. That was the worst loss today because they lost. That was the dumbest, scariest coaching move that I've seen in a while. I can't say Ohio State had the worst loss, PSU Jim, because that's a rivalry game. The thing about rivalry games, anything can happen in a
Oh yeah.
rivalry game. When it come to games like the Iron Bowl, Michigan, Penn State, Notre Dame, USC, Florida State, records go out the window. Records go out the window. When it come down to playing your rival, that record stuff go out the window. Anything can happen in a rivalry game. So I can't really dock Ohio State that bad because they lost to a rival. Now, if it would have been Northwestern or Purdue or somebody like that, or Maryland, then we'd have had a different conversation here tonight. But it's a rival. It's a rival. Michigan. It's a hated rival. A team that knows you very, very well. So it happens. Rivalry games can happen. You can be beaten on any given Saturday in a rivalry game.
You know what's looking bad right now? Purdue and Indiana, 38-0, and it's already third with 7 minutes and 51 seconds left. That's
Indiana,
crazy.
Indiana
Yes.
lead.
Indiana
That's an
is whooping
audition.
their butts.
That's an audition. Indiana is doing exactly what I said this morning they needed to do. They are
Mhm.
putting on a show for that committee. They're looking real good, and don't be surprised if they get a home game now. Now that Ohio State lost, don't be surprised if Indiana don't be given a home game.
They have to be trash. Purdue has to be trash. They got 0 in 3 quarters. Like, that's
Well,
crazy.
hey, hey, you can only play the teams on your schedule. Ain't that right,
Mhm.
Sniper? You go.
Mhm.
You can only play the team that's on your schedule.
Because you talking about they must be trash. Georgia didn't have no points until the third quarter too.
They're already going to be in fourth quarter pretty soon. They got literally 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go before they get their butts whipped on the third quarter. It's going to be over. They're about to be on the fourth quarter.
But hey, Sniper, Indiana or Purdue, I think Georgia Tech could beat either one of them. I'm just being honest with you. I
I
think
mean,
Georgia, huh?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Uh, I think
Nobody has
that
common sense.
I think that Georgia Tech. You know this hurt my heart to say it, but Georgia Tech can beat just by anybody on their or anybody in the country right now. The way
Yeah.
they play,
Hell yeah.
because again, it took us some. We didn't figure them out early. We couldn't stop the run early, and that's the reason why it happened the way it happened. Um, but when they run game is on, there's nothing you can do. And then they do it very well. They do that play action very well. I mean, that's their bread and butter right there.
That was
Mhm.
just a 2 point difference. That's crazy. But y'all did good though. Y'all did great. Common sense. Common sense. If you're not putting that LSU outfit on, I don't want to hear nothing else from you. We can't hear you,
You
Sniper.
gotta unmute, man.
Oh, sorry. Hey, common sense. I think Georgia Tech would mud drug y'all.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Georgia Tech would drag y'all through the mud any given Saturday, and possibly on a Thursday too.
PSU Jam said Purdue lost combined points to Notre Dame, Ohio State, Penn State, and Oregon 189-17. Boy, I tell you, everybody in that athletic department need to be fired. The AD, the assistant AD, the head coach, the entire coaching staff, everybody need to be fired. Common
Gone.
sense, like I said, bro. Like I said, a broke clock can be right twice a day, bro. That lucky fluke
Hey,
win in September,
but
you ain't got nothing to show for it, bro. Nothing.
hey, common sense. Let me
Even the
talk to you.
committee know that. That's why we've been in front of y'all. Majority most of the time the rankings came out, we were in front of y'all. The committee don't respect that fluke win.
Okay, hey, common sense. Let me tell you something real quick, bro. Real quick. You talk about. You keep saying you beat us. You beat us. Ha 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 ha. All right. You beat us with less than 2 minutes on the clock. But did you really beat us, or
Mm-mm.
did we beat ourselves and we lost that game?
We beat ourselves, bro. Big
Okay.
difference. We
At
beat
the
ourselves.
end of the day, y'all was up damn near 30 points.
Salute to you, Renrock. Salute to you.
And what
Um,
did y'all do? What did y'all do in the
Hello,
second?
Rock.
What did y'all do in the second quarter? You know this, man. You just talking that trash right now.
I ain't look, bro. That dude, they ain't even in the playoffs, bro. I ain't entertaining. I ain't entertaining that dude, man. He was hiding last week. He was hiding last week when Oklahoma blew their ass out. He was hiding last week.
Yeah,
Now
let's talk
tonight
about
he
that
in there.
3 points.
I told you he was gonna come back talking crap. But
Hey, Red
he
Rock.
hid after that Oklahoma game, though.
Oh, you
He
sure
hid
did
after that Oklahoma game. He
all
wasn't
at
nowhere to be found.
Let's talk about 3 points. That's all we're gonna do is right here. Three, three.
3.
Go live real quick and put up your 3 fingers for us, bro. You ain't
Hey,
gonna do it. You knew.
hey, don't make me make a doggone avatar. Don't make me make an avatar with a Bama jersey avatar with the number 3 on there.
Hold on. Let me see if I can do this. Y'all don't need to see me. Hold on. Wait.
How you telling us to wait? You the one
3, fool, 3.
got
That's it.
got him.
Got him. Put them threes up. Put them threes up, sniper. Put them threes up, bro.
Hold on. 3, fool, 3. That's it. Them three right
Three.
there. Boop, boop, boop. That's it.
Three the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Three the hard way.
Three.
Three the hard way.
Tres. Only tres. Uno, dos, tres. That's it.
Let me answer Lisa Sims' question. She said, "Is Indiana gonna be ranked ahead of Ohio State, even though we beat them?" It's a possibility, Lisa. It's a possibility. The one thing Ohio State had working for them is that they had a good loss to Oregon. That's gone out the window now. You lost to an unranked Michigan team. That's a bad loss. Indiana lost to the number 2 team in the nation. That's what the committee gonna look at. They they gonna look at rankings. They ain't gonna look at names. They're gonna look at rankings. They're gonna say, okay, Indiana lost to the number 2 team in the nation. Ohio State lost to an unranked team today. And common opponent. Indiana beat Michigan at home. They beat Michigan. They struggled a little bit with them, but they beat them, dominated them. And Ohio State, they lost to them at home. So that's what that committee gonna look at. So I don't know. They could now. Here's the thing. Now, don't be surprised if they get matched up in the playoffs in a rematch and have Ohio State going to Indiana. I don't know. But one thing I do know, both of them are in the playoffs. We just have to see how they get seeded. Yep. Indiana beat Michigan. That would be good. That would be good. But I'm interested. That Penn State Oregon matchup in Indy is going to be very interesting. Very interesting. All right, everybody. We're gonna get ready to get on up out of here. We're gonna go ahead into our final thoughts. I know, Sniper. I know you got things going on. Gotta get up in the morning. I gotta get up in the morning, and then I'm gonna go down here and watch Survivor Series with my daughter. So
You in the Survivor Series, bro?
yeah, we some WWE fans up in here, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, I just want to say real quick, y'all. Hey, y'all have a great weekend. Hey, great football weekend. It's still going, but we'll see y'all next week in conference championship play. The hell with Alabama and go dogs.
Woo, woo, woo.
I want to thank everybody for coming out to the post game show. We went live a little earlier, so we don't have the results of we don't know who Georgia's opponent is going to be. But other than that, we know the ACC championship game. That matchup is going to be Clemson versus SMU. The Big Ten is going to be Penn State versus Oregon. The Big 12 is still yet to be decided. We know Arizona State is in. And on the SEC side, we know Georgia is in. Georgia's locked solid in. So for D True, Sniper, myself, and you knew, want to thank all of you for coming out. Make sure you hit that like button. Share the video also, and make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get notifications on every time we go live over here. Great content, college football content over here. And make sure you sub up to D True TV. That is where our basketball content is going to be. He's going to be covering the college basketball season this year. So, everyone, thank you all for coming out. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. If your team won, congratulations. For those of you who team lost, let not your heart be troubled. There's always next year. And if your team is in a bowl game, there's always a bowl game. And if your team is in the playoffs, congratulations and do better in December. All right. So, everyone, thank you all. Like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. And one last thing, always and forever, go dogs, sick 'em. Woo, 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 woo. It don't matter who it is. Texas, the Longhorns, the Aggies, it don't matter. Bring it on. Any one of you Brunswick stew eating clowns, we'll be ready for you. We'll be in the ATL waiting for you next Saturday.
All right. For those that are here, thank you for coming through. And for those that are going to be coming later and watching this, thank you for coming through as well. Hey, you guys ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. See ya. Bye.
Stay warm. The temperature's gonna drop tonight.
It is. It's already dropped. It's crazy.